Hello, Fabulous Libra. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2017, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a month it is. We've got an exciting sky for you, and especially for you. I feel that it's finally going to feel like breakthrough. Even if you've already been feeling pretty good, you've got Jupiter in your sign. And Jupiter's been in your sign since September of last year. You're in the final stretch now, and this really is when a whole lot is going to pay off for you beautifully. And that is because Jupiter, standing still in the sky, will move forward. Ever since early this year, we've had Jupiter going retrograde, and when Jupiter goes retro, its energies turn more inward, and when Jupiter goes retro in your sign, it's like you start looking at yourself a little bit more deeply and asking yourself what you need to do, what you need to change to experience more blessings, more opportunity. Wherever it is that you want growth to happen, what is it within you that needs to align with that? Well, that tends to come up while Jupiter's retro in your sign. And now Jupiter goes forward. And when Jupiter goes forward, it represents an outer experience. And so it's more like outer events are supporting the change that you wish to experience. And this can be positively empowering. This is really when we start to feel like the blessings that Jupiter promises can begin to be delivered. Now, if you were born right around the 5th of any month, any given month, you are going to experience the blessings and the change promised by Jupiter more than most, but every single person out there will experience a shift, will experience things getting better, especially as we move further and further into the month. And Jupiter starts to gain power, starts to gain more traction. What is especially encouraging is right as Jupiter is gearing to change directions, as Jupiter is standing still in the sky, at its most potent, there will be a full moon taking place that will speak to this Jupiter. But also this full moon will speak in supreme harmony with Uranus. And this full moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with being in the right place at the right time, meeting the right person, having the right conversation, and having an opportunity just show up for you. So there's a certain synchronicity, a certain randomness with this particular part of the sky, and having such a positive full moon and having such a positive omen, Jupiter in your own sign, standing still, owning its power and moving forward, does suggest that that factor of being in the right place at the right time and meeting the right person and having so much of your outer life change. And what I mean by outer life is more opportunity, more showing up for you, more of the things that you have wanted, that you've been moving towards, start moving towards you instead. More of that starts to take place for you this month. This full moon also speaks to siblings, cousins, neighbors, and your neighborhood. So especially in your neighborhood, running errands is really where you want to make sure you are the one doing so. But it could be one of these people, siblings, cousins, neighbors, who ends up facilitating some of the more brighter blessings set to find you now. So do be sure to spend time with these people, and also just good news. Siblings, cousins, neighbors could be the ones to deliver good news as well. You see positive occurrences happening in their lives at this time. As we move further into the month, we will have a new moon take place. Now, this new moon is going to happen at the very top of your sky. This has to do with career and achievement. It has to do with understanding your life purpose and aligning yourself to it. This new moon will be happening close to Mercury and also quite close to Mars as well, which suggests there's a lot of attention, a lot of thought placed on this as well, and that your ability to speak of the things that you most desire to manifest is aligned with what you do end up manifesting. So your ability to communicate will be part of what helps you to advance. So depending on what your starting point is, depending on where you are, that is going to correlate to, and that is going to connect to what it is that ends up transpiring for you. So what I mean by that is, if you are a very career-oriented person, or you're, in the work sphere, then it's very likely that this is going to represent a time of some promotion or new opportunity, possibly the chance to interview for a position, whether it's something new or something better where you are right now. This can also be a time where, if you're not necessarily on the career track, it becomes a lot more about understanding your legacy and some new endeavor showing up for you that allows you to live with a sense of purpose that much more. Now remember, mind is very highlighted, communication is very highlighted, so whether it involves writing a book, whether it involves sharing your ideas, or whether it just involves, sitting in an interview situation and having that back and forth, that will be emphasized at this time, but so will initiative. Mars is also in this part of the sky, so it's like you being on a mission. You being the person who is self-directed, who is trying to make something happen, or you are consciously aligning yourself with a path that feels that much more rewarding to you. Ultimately, this is a path of empowerment. Wherever Mars goes, so goes empowerment. And this path that shows itself to you now ends up making you feel that much stronger. When it comes to matters of love, matters of heart, Venus is going to move into a new sign. It's going to move out of your opposite sign. So Venus has been moving in and out of your opposite sign since early this year. This really is like the whole Venus retrograde season, good and behind you, okay? And so now Venus comes home, which gives her that much more power, allows her to bring forward her best. And Venus is going to move through a part of the sky for you that has to do with your spouse and your spouse's income. And as I look at this, for those of you in an established bond, this is going to speak to you the most. But those of you in an established bond are going to find that your partner is able to be more generous with you. In some way, they're going to experience more prosperity, have more blessings in their life, and be able to bring that to you. And also, this tends to make our partners just nicer. So if you were one of those people who found your significant other difficult to deal with the whole Venus retrograde season, which some did, if you found that, this should bring a whole lot of a deeper understanding, a deeper connection. This should bring that sense of really getting to the root of what took place before and finding ways to heal and finding ways to really put it behind you. But again, just on a surface level, this can just be really good for your partner, creating more prosperity for themselves, and it ends up benefiting your life as well. If you're open to meeting someone new, Venus moving through this part of the sky does suggest that the superficial is not going to cut it. You're going to want something very meaningful, very deep. You're looking for a core shaker, someone who really has the ability to touch your soul. So just the superficial interactions, even though you're an air sign, it's not about being superficial. It's about connecting with people on a mind level. Air signs really like to do that. But when your ruling planet moves through this part of the sky, it isn't so much about mind, but it's about what's happening on a level of energy, on a level of attraction, on a level of really feeling a connection with someone that isn't always necessarily spoken, isn't necessarily something that makes sense intellectually, but feels right in your soul. And it's going to be those deep, meaningful, transformative experiences that are going to be the ones that you pursue and are going to be the ones that are most meaningful to you. What I love about this month for you is that there is something within you that is connecting to a larger vision. There is something within you that is starting to feel stronger and clearer about the things that really matter in your life. And as you get clear on those very things, you find yourself boldly moving towards them and celebrating your life along the way. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com, signing up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get instant access to exclusive expanded video scopes each and every week, as well as all kinds of other special perks as well. And that includes this month in June, Saturdays in June, Synchronicity University Masterclass will take place, where we get to sit down and learn with some of the most amazing minds in astrology and New Age spirituality today. And so Saturdays in June, superstars have free and exclusive access to the Synchronicity University Masterclass, as well as the usual videoscopes, the weekly videoscopes that you find in the superstar space. astrofabulous.com and nadiyashah.com. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.